lovely internet. It's Katie. I'm back here again with another episode of Kicking It with Kpop, and we have a lovely special for you today. I'm here with the adorable Mariano. Hi. How are you?
Oh, that's a lovely introduction. I like that.
You're so welcome. You deserve it. We were backstage for a while. Bob, possibly, maybe, might be here. We'll see. We're getting some stuff taken care of, and we'll see what goes from there. But yeah, you have been so lovely getting to know backstage, and I can't wait to get down and talk to you a little bit more. And we've had some people waiting here for a while. You want to go say hi to them real quick?
Exciting.
Let's do that.
That's exciting.
It is. I like having the people here. They're quite lovely. All the way from 11 a.m. today, we had GT Comics. What is up, GT? How are you doing? All the way from 1 p.m. today, we had Awesome Sauce. What's up, Awesome Sauce? And yes, drop your lovely song lyrics. Thank you very much. And yes, hail to Billy. How are you doing? All the way from New Mexico, we have Las Cruces. What is up, Las Cruces? And there's me saying, hey, we'll be starting soon.
Nice. And hello, everyone.
Yes, hello. And Bob might not be with us on camera right now, but he possibly might be watching. And if he is, Michael says Bob is an architect of his childhood and obviously many others. You're not wrong. I will save that so I can show that to him later on. And Jay is saying, let's go. That's right. Let's go. He's also saying hello to the beautiful chat. That's right. Hello, beautiful chat. That's right. And thank you so much for dropping the Kickstarter link. Thank you very much. And we got... That's right. Autobots engage. Autobots engage, by the way. We are a fun bunch. That's right. What's up, Monger? How are you doing? Yes. The far going through the O is very suggestive. Yes, and I said, because it's more than meets the eye, apparently. That's, you got to do that. That's right. Yeah, we make fun of our friends in chat. That's what we do. Get down to the bottom.
Way to go.
That's the only way to do stuff. I know. Yes, you got to razz your friends a lot. That's how you get them going back. They like it more. Yes, happy 40th anniversary to Transformers as well. Yes, and that is shocking to me because that puts perspective in your age. You're like, wow. Oh my. Yikes. Yes.
Tell me about it.
Oh, you've been sharing this stream in chats for 2 hours. Oh, that's so cute. Thank you so much. Jay Ryan, Shinra stream was fun. Oh yes, Shin-chan, yes. And you get out of here all the way back to Canada. Yes, he's quite the saucy one. This little Canadian there. Yes, you guys are dorks. I love you guys. Now, they're dorks, and I know that. And I'm also a dork. Let's see if you're a dork. Oh, hey.
Dork in the room.
All right, perfect. Because we're gonna get to know you. Hi, how are you? This might be the hardest question you will ever have to answer on a podcast or anywhere. Anyway, who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
Wow. That'll eat up about the first hour of the interview. So I'm Mariano Nicieza. I work with Dynamite Entertainment. I have some kind of a lofty title there, Director of Business Development or New Product Development or some such title. You got to crack open a comic book and look at the inside front cover, and then you'll know who I am and what I do. So part of what I'm doing at Dynamite falls under my umbrella is the creation, the production of trading cards. So I've been doing that with them since about 2018. We launched a trading card program with the company. We've done Kiss, we've done Fallout, we've done Vampirella, Red Sonja, Deja Thoris, like tons of either licensed material or company-owned material. And last year, almost around this time, September, the company got a license from Hasbro to do Transformers. And all of it geared around Transformers' 40th anniversary. So we knew it had to be special, no pun intended. We knew it had to be big, and we just jumped into it with gusto. So along the development trail, working with Hasbro and going back and forth, they wanted to focus on the origins of Transformers. They wanted to focus on the very beginning, how the toys were developed, how it started as toys, toy package art, all that cool stuff. And immediately along with that came the comic books and the development of the whole storyline in the comic books. So I had the, well, I'll say misfortune now. When he comes on, I'm going to say good fortune, but
Oh,
misfortune of having gotten to know and work with Bob Budiansky back in the 90s at Marvel. And he was the, when I stepped into the picture in the 90s, he was the trading card guru at Marvel. I learned
ooh,
about
the guru, you
cards. And
say?
yeah, it's really, there's some history there. Um, but Bob also was the person who developed the Transformers and the storyline and a lot of what we
So
see in all the media, cross pollination, the
Oh,
movies, everything that's come after the comic books. The comic book material was a starting point for everything. So I give Bob Budiansky a tremendous amount of credit for that. And then right after Bob Budiansky, Simon Furman. So my very first phone calls to get this whole thing going was Bob Budiansky, Simon Furman. Let's get them involved. Let's get them writing cards. Let's get them drawing cards. So that started the whole thing going. Did I answer that question?
you
Is
did
that good?
perfectly.
All right.
And just on time, too, because I see someone's lovely face backstage. Let's see if we can get this going. Let's see. Hi, Bob.
Hello, happy to be
Nice.
here.
Yay! We got it. We got it working.
I was just talking trash about you, Bob.
So
I
much
heard.
trash.
heard.
So much trash. Yes.
I appreciate all the hyperbole about me. None of it's really true, but I'll take it. Thank you.
Humble. Genius and humble all rolled into one.
Yes, the chat was lively already. So if you did not hear my question, it's your turn for the hot seat. Oh, hi, Bob.
Okay.
All right. So this is the question. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
I'll start from the end. Mariano told me to be here, and whatever he says, I obey because he's Mariano. I mean, that's all there is to it, So
Kind of has to go that way. Perfect.
Yeah. What were the other two questions? Who am I? Well, I'm Bob Budiansky, and I think the reason Mariano demanded that I come here tonight was, and what he demands goes, is because I used to work on Transformers many, many, many decades ago, and I had something to do with the creation of a lot of the characters and some of the mythology that got built around the brand, and so I am here today to answer anybody's questions concerning anything I may have had a hand in doing.
Perfect, because people.
Completely.
What was that?
It was a middle question you asked, which I think I avoided completely, but I forgot it.
That's okay. You already kind of merged those two together, so that works perfectly. Yes, yes, and you did answer the third one perfectly well because it's all Mariano's fault.
I blame him all the time.
It'll be an answer for the entire time.
We have Starscream. Starscream is perfect. I love Starscream. It's one of my favorite characters. And yes, it's Bob. Yes, and if you weren't in chat earlier, Michael had this lovely thing to say about you. He was an architect of your childhood and obviously many others. And I wanted to make sure that you saw that when you came back.
That's very nice. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much. I'll hide this, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of dorks in chat, so you don't have to pay them that much attention. I like the good stuff, let me tell you. So we're here to talk about your Transformers Kickstarter right now for the 40th anniversary of the trading cards. Mariano was kind of letting us know what was happening a little bit with that. So how did you guys get together for this? Or were you kind of just thrown together?
Well, probably Mariano can answer better than me, but he called me up, or sent me a text or email. I mean, we've known each other for 30 years or so, so
nice.
So it wasn't hard for him to find me. So
after all that time, Bob still hasn't changed his number. He still makes it easy for me to just pick up the phone and call him.
If I didn't want
I,
if I didn't want to hear from him, I probably should change my phone number and and move to another state. But I'm not going to go.
Yes, there is a trading card set, and we're getting into that for a hot second here. So let me go like this for a second. Boom. So if you see here, it's a little snippet of what's happening there. And I love that you guys stuck with such the classic 80s design logos, especially like the card packaging. I'm such a huge fan of all that stuff, especially back in the day. And thank you very much, Jay, for dropping the links to the Kickstarter, because we're going to be getting to your Kickstarter page in quite 1 second. And so I know Timothy is very looking forward to that. So yes, you're correct. So let's go talk about some Kickstarter trading card stuff. Now, is there, when you got to the trading cards, is there something special that you wanted to do for the cards that you didn't really do for like the comics or some other material that you've done?
Is that talking to me?
Oh, either one. Yeah.
I mean, I worked on the comic books. So I was the editor for the first 4-issue miniseries.
I have the one right here.
There you go. That's the first issue I wrote that you're holding in your hand.
Yay.
So issue 5 to 55, I was the writer. As far as doing things on the trading cards that I didn't do while I worked on the comic books, I don't know if they're really connected, because basically comic books obviously are a story medium, and cards are images mostly with some text explaining what it's about. And so I did whatever Mariano asked me to do. So he asked me to autograph a whole bunch of cards. I autographed a whole bunch of cards. He asked me to do right now up to 24 sketch cards. That means penciling, inking, and coloring them. So I did 24 sketch cards. I provided unseen archival material of things that I did back in the day in the 1980s that were different steps in producing some of the covers to the comic books. So this is stuff that wasn't in print. It was like sketches and pencil drawings and things like that. So I gave him access to those materials to make cards out of, so that real true diehard fans could see things they haven't seen before. I think that's about it. I didn't go to Mariano and say, "Hey, let's do a whole subset of the cards of this idea or that idea." That wasn't really my role in this whole project. That was more Mariano's the guy. He's the concept guy on all of this, and he knows all the inner workings and all the special sets and all the different retailers and all that. I'm just, as they said back in the Marvel days, I'm just a pair of hands. One of my favorite expressions from back in Marvel. Just a pair of hands.
Just a pair of hands. I love that, because one of my favorite things in the comics and in the TV series is just the overwhelming amount of just dad joke puns. It's quite amazing. So is that just something that you were doing every now and then, or just does that come from you guys, or were you guys really wanting to like cheese it up a bit? Because I appreciate the cheese. I love all that stuff.
I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. I mean, I wrote the comic book, so So if anything I wrote, fits the category of what you were just talking about, then I take the credit or blame for that. Beyond that, I don't know what went on in the animation or movies. I didn't have any direct connection to that. So and I probably threw in a couple of puns and jokes and digressions and whatever from while I was writing it. I was having a lot of fun writing it over the years, but I don't remember them. You'd have to quote it for me.
Oh, I kind of just watched the first episode of Transformers earlier, but I was also going through and reading the book. But I really enjoyed just the dialogue and direction with each other of the characters, and I love that, and I love the way that they speak too. Like it's kind of like technical, but not really, which is fun. I love it. I love all that. I tried
to come at it like I've noticed a difference. I mean, I haven't really watched the animation, so that's common belief among fandom that I know all things Transformers. Hardly the case. I am as ignorant as the next person probably. But I have noticed that in the animation that I've seen, the characters talk like us.
Yeah.
And when I was writing the comic book, I felt like, well, these are alien characters. Why should they be talking like humans? They don't have human experiences. They should be trying to adjust to how we talk and trying to understand us. And so there was, by coming at it from that angle, I thought I was having a lot of fun with, sometimes they would misinterpret what humans are saying or doing, but it's not part of their own experience. It's very alien to them, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I tried to throw that into the scripting that they were talking the same language, but they weren't really understanding each other many times. Between the humans and the Transformers.
Yeah, because you have that interesting dialect as well. So did you do a lot of research on like techie things for that nature, for back in the day?
You bring up an interesting point. So, as you and I'm sure many of your audience are aware, that I came up with all these characters in the 80s, about 250 of them, and I wrote their profiles, which were summarized on the backs of the packaging, as well as printed in comic books and actually, I have Marvel put together Transformers Universe, which collects about 100 of these profiles that I wrote. Anyway, as I'm going through doing these over the years, and Hasbro has to approve all of it and review it and everything. So I'm at a meeting. Maybe I'm working on this for about a year or two. I'm at a meeting with some Hasbro executives, and one of them says, "Were you ever in the Army or in the military?" And I say, "No." I said, "Well, you have all this technical jargon that you use. Where did you find it? Where did you come up with it?" I have a degree in civil engineering.
Oh.
So that's where some of that comes from. Like I have, or at least back then, I was still relatively fresh out of college back in the 80s. Back then, I was able to draw from my my knowledge of technical stuff from my civil engineering background. And I never went into civil engineering. I dropped out of grad school, actually, to work for Marvel Comics.
Oh, interesting.
The only thing it's ever done for me is it's allowed me to write some interesting words into my character profiles for the Transformers.
No, I think that's fascinating that your background probably helped create these. And because you knew that kind of technical jargon, you knew kind of things, how the way that they worked and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's great. I love that. And
I didn't know when I was studying civil engineering that I was studying it for this particular reason, but it turned out that way.
No, that's fascinating. I love that. Did you also, so when you were writing the scripts and the character things, did you actually work on some of the character designs? Because you have that kind of engineering background?
No, I was not involved in character design. So anytime somebody says, "You created the Transformers," that is far from true. I did not design them. I did not come up with the concept for what they turn into or anything like that. I was given a product or a model sheet of what the product was going to look like. And from that, I was able to come up with the names and the profiles and so on.
Yeah, because you came up with mostly like the lore around everything, that kind of stuff.
Yes and no. So the unsung hero of the Transformers from back in the 80s is Marvel's former editor-in-chief, Jim Shooter. He wrote the initial treatment of the Transformers that explained the basis of who the Transformers are, that they came from a world called Cybertron, that there was long-running war between the Autobots and Decepticons. Somehow they crash landed on Earth, and then a million years later, they wake up and they continue their conflict. That was him. Okay, so he set the initial good guy versus bad guy scenario. And then when I picked it up as editor and then writer, I expanded on that. So I certainly added to the mythology over the time I was writing the comic book, but I was not the originator of it. And certainly a lot of other people have added to that mythology over the years and decades that have gone after I've left.
That's so fascinating. Now, when you were working on these, did you ever think that would have like such a lifespan of what it has like to today? Like it's been around for 40 years. Did you ever think they would have such a fan base like that?
I think I can safely speak for most writers of that era back at Marvel, including myself, which is all we were thinking of was finishing up this issue and coming up with a story for the next issue.
Yeah.
We weren't thinking that 40 years later I would be on this platform talking about things that I did 40 years ago. It's wonderful that it's still out there and it still has currency, and there's still a lot of people who really care about these things that I wrote so many years ago and these characters that I helped to create so many years ago. It's great, but certainly nobody had any expectations.
Yeah.
In fact, the Marvel partnered initially with Hasbro. They only did it for 4 issues. It was a 4-issue miniseries that they committed to. They weren't committing to anything beyond that because a lot of different outside third parties, companies like toy companies and movie companies and so on, came to Marvel back in the 80s and said, hey, we have the greatest thing ever. We want you to turn it into a comic book. You'll make a lot of money. And Marvel said, okay, we'll give it a try. But Marvel never believed in anything until it actually sold. And so when Marvel realized that Transformers was a big hit, it was no longer a 4-issue miniseries. It became a continuing monthly comic book, and as well as everything else, the animated show, the animated movie, and years and years and years of lines of toys that came out following the initial line of toys.
Yeah, no, that's fascinating to me. How something that you do like decades can live on to today, and I love seeing that in books, and I love seeing the resurgence of stuff. Like even now, like Flash Gordon has become hip again. Like people are bringing back Space Ghost. I love seeing that. I love like newer generations are getting into things from like my childhood. So I love seeing that. It's great. And we actually have a couple questions in the chat that I can ask. The first one actually goes to both of you. So I'm going to bring our Mariano back up here. Dual question. Any thoughts on the Transformers live action movies? Also, any thoughts about the upcoming Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie?
So the beauty of being, and we're going to put it in quotation marks, an industry professional, is that you're still a fan. Like I love the Transformers movies. I thought they were all really well produced, well done. The special effects, all of it. I loved them all. So yes. What do I think about the new comic book? I haven't seen the new Skybound, right? The new Transformers comic that we're talking about? No, Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie. So same thing. I'm sure that Hasbro is going to oversee everything and make sure that this thing comes out great. It's certainly a fun concept. It sounds fun.
Yeah. But it's two beloved classics. Yeah. So I know people are really going to be going for that. And there's a lot of people that really like the newer stuff that's coming out too with the Energon universe.
Yes.
I hear really good things about that. I have not caught up on any new stuff, but I hear really, really good things of that. And I know a lot of people
haven't either. Been fans. A little busy, but yes.
Yeah. Bob, you want to, any thoughts on that?
Okay, so I'm a little more critical.
Okay.
So I like the first movie, Transformers movie. I thought it was, what it said to me was, this is what I was trying to do in the comic book, but with a much bigger budget. That was my impression of the first movie. I enjoyed it. After that, I haven't seen all the movies since. I've seen a couple of them here and there. I think, especially with, I saw the second movie in the theaters. I thought that went downhill quite a bit. It was pretty silly. I understand it. They wrote it during the writer's strike, so they couldn't do new drafts of the scripts, I think. So there was a writer's strike back in the 2000s or something. But in any case, no excuses. I really haven't been a big fan of the movies. I thought the Bumblebee movie was a pretty good comeback. It had heart. It talked about characters that I cared about, as opposed to disaster. What's it called? Disaster porn or whatever. Like a bunch of things crashing and destroying a lot of things. Yeah. So it's like after a while, I got a little tired of that. I thought the first movie had some good stuff in it, but went kind of downhill after that. But I haven't seen all of them because I kind of lost interest in, frankly, in the Transformers movies. So as far as the G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, I think it's a great idea. I mean, obviously the fans are waiting for exactly that. Have this great crossover of these two wonderful brands. I hope they can execute it and make a good movie out of it.
I also hope that, because it's too with a beloved, I think, series of most of the people that I know, like even in comics, and even people that don't like comics, that's two of their most favorite things from their childhood. So I really hope that they come together and do that. And we do have a couple things from the chat. Hootie Hoot here says, Bumblebee is easily the best live action. Transformers 1 is brilliant. I have not seen the last Transformers movie, but I really did enjoy Bumblebee. I like that they went more to like a more simplified time. So it wasn't like super duper like over theatrical on it. And I liked that. I liked when they did that. So yeah, that's really neat. And then what else is in here? I thought I saw something else from, where'd you go? Where did you go? Where'd you go? I see you in here. Oh yeah. And he said Skybound has been knocking out of the park. Yeah, I hear so many really good things about the Skybound and everything that's happening in that universe that they got going on there. So that's exciting to see that. I like that. This is a good question for you too. Wait, no. Not that. Where did that go?
No,
That's probably the most important question for you. What do your light
Okay,
switches?
this is the door to my backyard. This light switch turns on the light in the backyard. You can't really see it. It might have lit up a little bit there, not much. 1 second. Nah, you can't really see, but it's turning on the light in the background. This is here, so that's my office light. So.
Well, there you go. Now you know, baby.
I also blacked out my entire town when I turned off that light switch.
Is that why you didn't have your cam working earlier?
I don't know what that was.
Light switch.
I don't know what that was. Wasn't connected to the light switch.
This is a very good question because it brings up back to the Kickstarter. So, what characters are really focused on in the set? Is it the original G1 characters?
Well, Mariano, you know more than me about what's.
Oh, okay. Let's go with Mariano question.
I'm just a pair of hands.
I'm going to stay true to Comic Journey's question because
Okay.
I think they were asking if we were introducing any new characters in the set. And the answer is the trading card set doesn't introduce new characters. The trading card set focuses on all the characters that were created and developed in the 80s from 1984 on. So the big focus was Generation 1. So the trading card set has a plethora of stuff. It's actually 2 different trading card sets, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's complicated. What we did was complicated because we wanted to try to satisfy as many fans and collectors as possible. So at Dynamite, we've done trading card sets that are the type of card sets that most people recognize when they walk into stores, especially the big box stores, Walmarts, Targets, and so on. It's a box of cards with 24 foil packs. That's like a typical, normal, mass market, if you will, set. We have a set called the Collector Set, which is exactly like that. It's a box with 24 foil packs. It's 110 base cards, 110 parallel foil cards, and then a series of chase card subsets and a whole bunch of other bells and whistles with sketch cards and signed cards and metal cards. There's a bunch of different things. So if you're looking at the crowdfunder, there's actually on the main page a graphic and a piece of art that shows, if you scroll down, Katie, there you go, that 2 ways to collect. So the column on the left shows everything I've been describing, and we call it the collector set.
Oh, okay.
But this is Dynamite, and Dynamite is innovative, has a reputation for being innovative. So back in 2018, when I originally got involved, Nick Barucci's the owner. I work very closely with him. He's the guy that actually engineered this Hasbro Transformers 40th anniversary deal. We wanted to do something for the high-end collectors, and Dynamite over the years developed a line of cards that we call, it's got a lofty title, Deluxe Ultra Premium Trading Cards.
Whoa.
But are they special?
Yeah. By the very nature that we developed them, Bob, they are very special. Very special.
There we go. There's their names right there. But yeah.
Okay.
Deluxe Ultra Premium Series. I love the card art on the packaging as well. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, and again, that's all Hasbro. Hasbro wanted to focus and concentrate on Generation 1 and the beginning of it all, and art from the 80s. So that's what was the major tool in our toolkit was original material from the 80s. They opened up their vaults to us, and at the beginning when we got Deluxe Ultra Premium, you say yes, Deluxe Ultra Premium. That's right. I think the original art file they gave us was like 1-point-something gigabytes of material we downloaded. So we had like tons of interior, like Hasbro archival artwork and paintings and just tons of stuff.
That's so cool.
Great raw material. And then I reached out to Bob, and I reached out to Simon Furman, and they had a ton of stuff, behind the scenes stuff nobody's seen before. So we kind of put it all together to create these 2 sets. The deluxe sets are special because in the other sets, which are again typical.
Mhm.
Yes, you're going to find foil cards and signed cards, but they're randomly inserted. They're,
Okay.
you'll get a box and there'll be one of this or one of that or two of this or two of that, whatever the ratio is, but it's all randomly packed and created. When it comes to the deluxe sets, it's guaranteed. We put them in a special sliding tray package, and when you get one of these mini boxes, you're guaranteed to get everything that's listed there. You're guaranteed sketch cards. You're guaranteed the rare line art cards, the signed cards. A couple of base cards are thrown in. It's just no question that every mini box is going to contain all this stuff. And in one display case, you get the entire set. So
Oh, neat.
now in one box of the collector set, you're guaranteed the 110 card base set. For sure, you'll have that. But you may have to get a couple of collector's boxes to get the complete chase card sets.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I have always been a big fan of trading cards. I bought a bunch of random weird cards not too long ago. I just love opening, and there's something just really fun about opening it for the mystery because you don't know what's in there. I kind
It's
of
fun.
dig that.
It is fun.
It's so much
Actually,
fun.
we built up on that a bit because to me it was relatively new. It might be 5 years old, might be 8 years old, but there's been the inception of something called one of one cards. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
They just print one trading card. You design it, you create it, and you just have one. Well, this being the Transformers 40th anniversary, we couldn't do just one card. We did 40 one of one cards. And because we had these different sets, we developed different one of one sets for each one. So the collector set has its own 40 one of one cards that are randomly sprinkled everywhere. The deluxe ultra premium set, same thing. It's got its own 40 one of one cards, and those are sprinkled everywhere. And the crowdfunder at one point had a tier with its own 40 one of one cards, but
Oh
that like
my.
sold out. That sold out almost instantly. People just
Wow.
gobbled that up. So we've been trying to do things for the casual collector, and we've been trying to do things for the real, die-hard collector, gotta have. So
Yeah.
there's a little something for everybody in this campaign.
Sprinkled everywhere you say. Yes. We have some really good questions happening
I'm
in this
getting
chat.
myself in trouble with your audience. That's what's happening here.
Listen. Yeah. Oh, I told you they're buttholes. They're here for trouble and a good time. Let me tell you. We have some really, really good questions in the chat. Some person came in earlier, didn't even say hi. He got right to you. And he wanted to know, did any of you meet Orson Welles when he did Unicron's voice?
No. I sure.
Fortunately, no. I did meet Megan Fox, but not Orson Welles.
Okay, that's a Pops would have loved to know all about that experience.
That's an hour-long story.
You'll have to come back and let him know all about it. Let me tell you.
Yeah, I want to know too.
Oh, perfect. You can come back anytime you want. We'll talk about all of that. Hootie Hoot wanted to know also, because we talked about the G1, and he wants to know, because you also mentioned that they're through the 80s. Does it go through the G2, Beast Wars, and Japanese characters, or just the Gen 1?
Gen 1 is what we focused on.
Okay.
If this is successful, if things continue to go well, we will more than likely produce more. And when we do, we will focus on things like Beast Wars and Japanese characters for sure.
Very cool. Did you see her thumbs? Oh my God, you guys are dorks. This is a very another great question. For the signature cards, did you already talk about whose signature they are and sketches are in the box? So who's doing the art and who's doing the signatures for the cards and the limited ones?
Thank you. Comic Ozzy, I'm with you. So a couple of answers to this. The sketch cards, yes, Mr. Budiansky was kind enough to lend his talent to create some sketch cards. But Dynamite over the last 5-8 years or so has been working with a massive array of US-based and international artists. So there are about 350 artists that have created work for these sketch cards.
Wow.
So they're all, again, randomly inserted. They're all one of a kind. The sketch card program we're especially proud of, especially in the deluxe set, because unlike other companies, we don't use mechanical collation. When it comes to creating the mini boxes and the sketch cards that go into the mini boxes, it's all hand collated, which means we're making sure every mini box includes one Autobot and one Decepticon. If somebody drew a headshot in one, you want to balance it with a body shot in another. So and you want to make sure that the same artist is not in the same pack, unless somebody decided to do a connecting card with a Decepticon and an Autobot, and then yeah, we'll put the two connecting cards in one mini box. But otherwise, everything is very carefully collated. So that's an important distinction. It's not mechanical collation in these deluxe sets. So yes, hundreds of hand-drawn sketch cards. When it comes to the signed cut, wait, are you? I thought you were laughing at something behind the scenes. When it comes to the signed cards, yes, Bob Budiansky and Simon Furman, we went heavy on those guys to get them to sign cards. Bob, you signed a few cards, right?
3 or 4, yeah.
All right, there you go. He's kidding. He's kidding. I can show you the text on my phone with him complaining about his fingers bleeding from signing cards. So, and it also got to the point where we needed to bring in more help. So I am an artist for Dynamite, as well as my other behind the scenes work that I do. I do a lot of sketch cover work for them. So, and sketch cards. So in this case, I brought in two folks that are Marvel contemporaries of mine, and we work as a team. And Joe Del Beato, who does inking, so I did penciling. Joe Del Beato stepped in and did finished inks, and another gentleman, Wilson Ramos Jr., stepped in and did the computer coloring. So there are 3 different cards, one with each of us, with our name in the back and different colored backgrounds and so on. And there are 3 different cards that are signed by each of us. So the 5 of us pretty much make up the bulk of the signed cards in the set. And then, of course, all the sketch cards are signed by each individual artist. So there are thousands of signed sketch cards as well.
Can I tell Katie an approximation of how many autographs?
Yes, please. Here. Yeah. Let's pull up.
I have to ask the board's permission. Am I allowed to say it, give a number? Or? I said 3 or 4, but there's actually a few.
Katie, can't we mute him? I thought we had that under control. Where he could just be muted. I'll keep the screen go black. Have him be muted. Come on,
leave it at 3 or 4. We'll leave it at 3 or 4 extra. Okay.
No, Bob. You can, Bob. It's okay. You're going through production. We're going through production.
Okay, so I autographed. So, Mariano, you're saying it's okay. So I don't have the number exactly in front of me, but I autographed about 6,000 or 7,000 cards.
Holy moly!
And here's your scoop, Katie. Are you ready?
Yes.
We're live and we're recording. We're ready?
Yes.
Bob?
Oh, you have more?
You're not done. You're not done.
Yeah, I am going to have to change my phone number and my email and move to another state, I think.
That's right. Yes.
Pushing more.
But Jay says the hands are allowed to complain. So here's your complaints. Your grievances right now. It's fine. And Hootie Hoot is saying you sold him on the collector set binder in deluxe premium. You sold him. Way to go, Hootie Hoot. Yeah, I know this is fantastic. I really like it.
Thank you.
And I love because you're almost at 900 backers right now. So the amount of cards that are being set out there, you really needed those 300 some plus artists to go on and do the sketch cards to even fulfill the packs of cards that you were doing. So you don't even know whose art you're going to get in there because there's just so many artists involved in this project.
Correct. You might even end up with a Mariano card. You never know.
Oh, you never know. That's amazing. Yeah. That's exciting. So yeah, if you do pick up the I'm sorry, what was that, Bob?
I was going to say you can wind. I was going to give you a sample of one of the sketch cards.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, you're back here. Show us the goods, Bob.
You wind up with Bumblebee.
Cute.
Those are real cards that I have to get my hands on, so they end up in the packaging.
That's true.
This is no joke.
That's a real card, or you could wind up with Grimlock.
Someone will get that card. It's true.
I'm just doing this to kind of make Mariano salivate at the prospect of getting.
Oh, you gotta put them all up at the same time.
He sent them back to me. Yeah. Foolish person he is. You already had him. You had him.
So you got fans. You got fans in here that are loving all of this stuff. What's up, Cran? Yes. And Tate is saying you love this relationship. And Mario is definitely the younger brother with the digs. That's right. Good question. Since you're having them in your hand, what is on the back of the sketch card? Do you have like a printed something that says that they're from the Transformers, or just regular sketch cards?
That is a great question.
These I can't show you. I'll show you the back of a different one, which is identical.
Okay. Here, wait. Let me remove this so that you get the full video.
Am I allowed to show the back, Mariano?
Of course. Cut it out. You're making me seem like an ogre.
I don't know how much of this is top secret.
Katie, black that screen out. Katie, black that screen out.
Oh, wait. Oh, I removed him. Haha. Now you're back.
I'm kidding. Of course, show him the back.
That's what the back looks like.
And then that space at the bottom is where Bob is going to sign.
Right.
Lovely.
Can I show Katie the slight detail difference between the two backs? Am I allowed to?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, please do.
Actually, this was a Hasbro request.
Okay, Katie.
They specifically asked for this.
I don't know how well you can see these. Okay. Whoops, that's not the back. That's the front. These are blank cards. Here. All right. Can you? It's a little blurry. I don't know if this is gonna work.
The bottom. I see there's a slight.
In the upper, you have to bring it much closer to the camera.
I think it's blurry.
Yeah, they do. So in the upper right, you see the icon for the Transformers, and the one sketch card. Yeah, there you go. The one sketch card has the Decepticon icon, and it reads "Evil Decepticon," and then the other one has the.
Is that what it says? I didn't even notice it.
And it reads "Heroic Autobot."
I didn't even know it had different writing in it. I couldn't read it. It's too blurry. So that's the Autobot, and the other one is the Decepticon. So each piece of art in the front will match whatever the character is. Like I
love that. Here,
if
you guys don't know,
Autobots and Decepticons on the.
So you heard it here first.
That's amazing.
You heard it here.
I love that. Since we're on that subject, do you guys have a preference? Are you Team Autobot or are you Team Decepticon?
I'm a pair of hands. So
that's correct.
Whatever is called for me to draw, I will draw it.
Yeah.
But I have a favorite character that I wrote, which was an Autobot. That was Blaster. Among the stories I wrote, he was the character that I felt I developed the best and had the best stories for. So I have a preference. Here.
We have a couple. Please show the. He's cute. I like those.
I drew that cover.
That's also a series of cards.
That is.
Pencil, ink, sketch. There's like tons of stuff.
Yep.
Blaster's from the streets. You're not wrong, Jay. He's from the streets.
Yeah, from the streets. Yep. Yeah, actually, Blaster was named after. I mean, I came up with the name Blaster, but he's a little bit anachronistic, perhaps. But he was a music box. Like played tape cassettes, which is kind of again something from the '80s. And I named him after Ghetto Blaster, which was a thing back then. It was these big booming tape decks portable tape decks that people carried around back then. So I came up with the name Blaster from Ghetto Blaster.
Oh, that's so cool. You actually have the Matrix of Leadership say, hey, is he Bub Budiansky? If so, greetings from Peru. Optimus Primal sends greetings.
Oh,
Thank you.
Well, hello.
Really?
Buenas noches.
Yeah. And apparently Tate still has his G1 blaster and he loves him. It's amazing. I do have some questions in here, which actually have to pertain to your Kickstarter and the campaign that's going on right now, especially to the Kickstarter, because you have a lot of exclusives specifically for this Kickstarter. But once it's over with, are people going to be able to purchase the cards elsewhere once it goes after the Kickstarter campaign's ended?
That, Katie, is a great question. Comic Journey, good question.
Yes.
So, complicated answer. So the short answer is that the collector set and the deluxe set are available retail all over the world. That's the short answer. The more complex answer is that things like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, these various crowdfunder platforms, have become a perfect opportunity for marketing, and they become a perfect opportunity for direct-to-consumer sales. So I said earlier that Dynamite's been doing this since 2018 or so. We developed different trading card sets. One of the comments, one of the complaints that we would get is that someone may be in a remote area, call it a remote area of the United States, call it a remote area of Canada, Australia, wherever, but they're someplace where they don't have a local comic shop, they don't have a local hobby store, and they don't have a big box store that would necessarily carry stuff like this. So a platform, an international platform like Kickstarter, becomes a perfect venue to offer to people that normally would not have the opportunity to get stuff like this, to buy it from the Kickstarter. But on top of that, we wanted to take care of the fans. There's always like dual or triple reasoning behind all of it. So we wanted to offer, so yes, we knew we had to do a Kickstarter. We knew we wanted to get the international reach of a Kickstarter, but at the same time, we want to take care of fans. So yes, those sets that I described are or will be available in stores, but Hasbro wanted to make sure that there were exclusive items only in the Kickstarter and only available in the Kickstarter. So I don't have it all memorized in front of me. I don't have the page. I know that we have 5x7 original art sketch cards. Those are not available anywhere else. There was a 9-card connecting art piece that Gordon Purcell is doing work with. That's not available anywhere else. The binder is not available anywhere else. And this stuff simply, again, by the rules of the game, that because we're working with Hasbro and there are things that they want to do, by the rules of the game, none of this stuff is going to be available in stores. So the only place to get them is right here in the Kickstarter. Uncut sheets, that's another thing. Bob has yet to sign those, but let's not freak him out. Already knows he's got to sign even more cards.
Wait a little bit longer. Let him know. He's gonna put his hands back to work.
We'll ease him into it.
Slowly. Aha! That's why you wanted to meet up with him at New York. It wasn't to hand him stuff.
Yes. Yeah, Katie, you see right through me. That's right. I was going to bring a suitcase full of stuff and dump it on his table. So have at it, Bob.
It's a good thing you didn't go.
No time for New York City Comic Con. Sorry.
That's okay. We have a couple of questions about the binder and Hootie Hoo, because he wanted it back, and he wanted it back the deluxe premium. And he wants to know, is it deluxe premium only available on the Kickstarter, or only parts of that available on the Kickstarter?
So the deluxe ultra premium sets are available on the Kickstarter, and they're available in retail outlets, in comic shops. They're available everywhere.
Yeah.
What won't be available are some of the add-ons that go along with that to complement that.
Yeah, like your binder that you were saying as well, because I believe that came in the premium edition.
But
as
I'm
well.
pretty sure you can get one, and then on the back door of the campaign, pick up other things that are exclusive to the campaign.
Yes, and what's up, World at War? And you got people laughing here; they really like that. And where did it go? Okay, so does the binder itself just come with things to put the cards in, or the cards come in the binder, or is it when you open the boxes you have the binder to put them in? Is what Tate is trying to
So the binder is a binder. You're going to get your own plastic sleeves. You're going to get, whatever you're going to put in. I don't recall right now. I think there's a category, a tier, where you can get the binder and a collector's box, or the binder and a deluxe card, a deluxe box, all together in the same run. Actually, talking about the binder, Katie, now you got me on a roll.
Perfect, because that's the theme of the show, rolling out.
They're sharp. They're hanging on my every word, Katie.
They are.
I mentioned earlier that I learned a lot about what I know from trading cards and design from Bob, working with Bob at Marvel. I know he's humble about it, but it's true. And yes, the industry has grown since the 90s, and we've all learned new things. But one of the things that stuck with me, was the concept of how people store their collections. Like if you're a trading card enthusiast, whether there's an official binder or not, you're going to make your own binder, and everything is going to fit into 9 card sleeves. So for the design of these sets, whether it's the collector set or the deluxe set, we made sure that there were subsets that would fit wherever possible, not 100%, like let's say 95, 96%. It's all going to fit comfortably in 9 card sleeves. So when you're thumbing through your collection, your set, it all reads well in a binder.
And the binder looks fantastic too. And like I was saying earlier, all the imagery that you have on here feels like that 80s vibe to it. Everything, the fonts, even the checkerboard black and red that you have going on here, it all just gives you that feel to it. So I love that you have that nostalgia feeling to it, which is perfect because this is a nostalgia item. People love it.
It's all from those Hasbro archives. They really gave us unprecedented access to tons of stuff. So after that, there were actually 3 different design teams that worked on these card sets. It wasn't just one person. There were all sorts of different people. Like you're talking to Bob and to me, but literally there are 30 people standing next to me that were all part of this set. It's been a team effort all the way.
It looks like you guys got along so well together, and I really enjoy seeing that. A group of people that come together for a project. I love that. Plus, you guys know each other for eons. You are technically kind of like brothers at this point.
Listen, Katie, I've got one brother already. All right, that's enough. That's more than enough.
Yeah, I knew his brother before I knew him, actually.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you see this comment, but he says Mariano has real Stan Lee energy and he likes it. I like it. Yes. And Hootie Hoot apparently says he hates money, so he got the metal cards as well.
We will try not to disappoint you. Everything is special. I usually I had a little kit of stuff where I would pull out, but I don't have it with me, Katie. You do have to bring me back.
Yeah, I will have to bring you back because you know what? I would love to have you on. I met Rich Holberg not too long ago, and he's adorable and he loves talking. So I would love to have all you guys on and just talk about all kinds of fun stuff because I think you guys would get along so well. You guys would have fun together. And there's so many questions. People are really, really, really liking the Kickstarter and they're liking what we're talking about here. And they are asking so many questions in chat, which I saved, but I want to show off more of the Kickstarter page here. Now, you have a really cool trailer, which I actually want to play this right now. Let's take a break for that and we can just play the trailer. So I'm going to unplug so we can mute me sometimes. So let me know if you can hear me. I'm pulling a Bob.
Yes, we can hear you.
I hear you.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, great. So I'm going to hit play and do that. I'm going to do that. Come on, click that. All right. Now watch your trailer because this is a really cool trailer and I like it. And it gives you such 80s arcade vibes to it. I love this trailer. It's really good.
Autobots roll out. It's the 40th anniversary of the Transformers, and we're celebrating 4 decades of robots in disguise with a massive trading card set. The Transformers 40th anniversary trading cards feature art from early G1 characters and concepts with the newest iterations. This card set has it all. Limited edition subsets, autographs, original art sketch cards, and more. We've created the ultimate trading card celebration set with the Your Transformers collection. You can get special super limited deluxe card packs, or boxes of traditional card packs, or even extremely limited collectible subsets that are going to be impossible to find. We have autographed cards by one of the original architects of the Transformers comics, Budiansky, that are incredible collectibles. Check out all of the amazing options here on Kickstarter and help us to unlock some out-of-this-world stretch goals exclusive to Transformers collectors here on the platform. This is the Transformers collectible you've been waiting for.
That's such a cool trailer. I love the vibes of that. It's like super 80s, but also like the. All right, I'm gonna see if you guys can hear it. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Yes. Oh. You hope to meet them here in Lima, in Peru, and you are a legend. That's right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a dope trailer. You're not wrong. And hang on, I'm gonna let's see. Sounds like a good catch for Die Hard. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, Megatron is really packing heat. Yes, Megatron is such a great. Such a great character. I love him so much. Yes. Yeah, the card set's looking phenomenal. I absolutely do. I love that. Yes. So good question. CJ and a bunch of the guys that are in chat and are already actually there already are going to be wandering around New York. You said that you weren't going to be boothing or rather, but you might be walking around. So you do walk around and you run into CJ. He has an ash can for his upcoming Kickstarter that he could probably give to you when you're walking around. Just saying. Just might be cool. You might enjoy it.
I would love that.
Perfect. And we have a very good question from Cran here. And he says, was this campaign designed to come around the time of Transformers 1, I believe? Possibly.
So yes, the idea was Hasbro. Again, all this was planned a year ago. So this is like September 2023 when these conversations are taking place. So it being the 40th anniversary, the 40th anniversary is literally the month of September. That's when the toys were launched in 1984.
Wow, that's cool.
So yes, and everything. So when you're Hasbro and you have a toy line and you have a line of licensed products, whether it be movies, whether it be trading cards, whether it be comic books, then you coordinate everybody to try and hit that mark. So September was the anniversary month, and the movie launched that month. We're getting this out, and so on. So yes, all of it geared for September for a reason, by design, by Hasbro design.
And one thing I do like about the card designs as well is when you're looking at them, I love that you have the red side and then you have the purple side, so you can tell which ones are the Autobots and the Decepticons.
Yes.
I love that. It's really cool. Let's see. It really covers the. Yes, it does. I think that's fantastic. And Karan says he likes that you're showing the original designs of the characters with Transformers along with newer designs. Yeah, because you would get like some kind of newer art because you have so many different artists working on these cards, which are fantastic.
Right. The sketch cards will reflect all sorts of new art, and the Hasbro archive material we used for much of the printed material. And then, of course, Bob's archival material that nobody has seen. The behind the scenes sketches, the pencil material, all of it. So there's a lot of special stuff here. Simon too wrote some really great cards where characters he developed, he wrote pieces that reflected his thinking and the creation behind the characters. Actually, Katie, if you scroll to the bottom of this page where you were, just keep going. Keep going a little bit. Oh, there we are. Stretch goals. That's what I wanted to get to.
There we go. Perfect.
So
wait.
Because of the success of what we've been doing, we took the opportunity to develop an entire stretch goal program. So there is now a subset of cards that everybody will get for free that are geared and produced to have that 1980s feel. That it's in industry terms is called clay stock paper, but everybody knows it as a traditional trading card from the 70s and the 80s, where one side is glossy and the other side has sort of like a cardboard feel to it.
Yeah.
So we set up a series of stretch goals, which will now create like its own little set in a binder. And
cute.
we're about to reveal a whole brand new stretch goal. Let me actually scroll down a little, because I don't want to get myself in
you
trouble.
already unlocked all these, but right here, $250,000.
So we're trying to hit 250, and when we hit 250, there's another 2 of these clay stock paper cards. The next stretch goal after that is going to break that mold and is going to have a signed card by someone who shall remain nameless for now. So, and that graphic is going to work its way up there. So it might even happen tonight at some point, where they will reveal a bunch of the different stretch goals.
Oh, that's fun.
Like the next 2 or 3 or whatever. Because we're nearing the end. We're almost at the countdown of the campaign. I think there's like 9 days left or so.
Let's see. Let's go back up here. So let me refresh this just to see where we're actually at. So yeah, you're at 225, just a little bit over that $1,000. You have 866 backers. 9 days to go. So it's going to end Friday, October 25th at 10:25 p.m. Eastern time. So you have plenty enough time to still back this. And if you back today, you pay when it ends, so you don't have to pay it immediately. So remember that when you go to back. You are well on your way to smashing this goal. Yeah.
Yeah, the more backers we get, the higher that number gets, the more of these free cards we can release. So that's the exciting part for me. I want to give people more.
Okay. So let's see. Cran is saying he's not into Transformers. He knows quite a few of the super fans that would be very into this. Well, please share this campaign around all over the place. And CJ has a question, because you were just talking about the clay stock paper. Goes,
sure.
What does clay stock paper cards mean?
So, and I apologize. It's more of a production industry term. If I'm talking to a printer and I want to describe to him the type of paper, I'm going to say clay stock paper, and the printer will know immediately what I'm talking about. How you and I knew it, like as people that are just not printers, the way we all know it is the type of trading cards that were put out in the 1970s and the 1980s. They have a glossy front, glossy color front, and then the back has sort of like a cardboard feel.
Yeah.
And baseball cards, football cards, many collectible cards back in the day had that look. And that type of paper, believe it or not, is difficult to find these days. So there are special paper manufacturers that create it, and they call it clay stock paper.
I love that feel too. And when you feel that in your hands, you can feel the 2 different textures as well. And,
yes.
I like that you can do that.
Yes.
Let's see. And RJ, what's up, RJ? All the way from the Twitter. How are you doing? And let's see here. Oh, this is a very good question. And I would have to say, it depends on when Bob can get his hands in motion and sign the 7,000 other things that Mariano has for him.
That's right, Bob. This is all on Bob. If Bob doesn't sign, nobody gets anything. So no, look, we're doing production in waves and stages. This has already been in production. This material is already at the printers. Now it's a question of how many are we producing. So for the crowdfunder, which I think Dr. Von Hoot's actual question is coming from, for people that are contributing to the crowdfunder, the way a crowdfunder typically works, it'll close. There's going to be a point where it closes. And then there's like a 2-week period or a 3-week period where everything is consolidated. Surveys are sent out. People fill out the survey and give their mailing address and all that other fun, detailed stuff. When that process is over, which I'm guessing is going to be about 3 weeks after the campaign ends, then we will have the ship list. We will have something to give the guys in the warehouse to ship. So we're looking at the end of November, because we got Thanksgiving. So we're looking at the end of November, first week in December, when this stuff hits the mail and everybody gets it.
Yes, and apparently that's a lot of pressure to put on Bob. I know he can handle it though. He's a pro.
It is a lot of pressure on Bob. I want the pressure on Bob, because then it's all me. I don't have the pressure anymore. It's all on Bob.
Apparently Tate has your back and blame Mariano. That's right.
We're all on
That's
the same team. We're not us.
Yeah, it's all for a good cause. You're all fighting together, which is great. I love that. And I do still have more. This is a very good question and a sneak peek into a future episode of this one. This one goes directly to Mariano here. Question: is Megan even hotter in person?
You know what? It's actually it was an observation. This is like back in 2010 or 2012. 2012, I think.
Yeah.
So it's unbelievable because you see these people on screen, right, or on your TV screen, on your movie screen, and they got makeup, they got this, they have that. This woman is just naturally beautiful. Like she, you see her in sunlight, and she just stands out. So yes, you use the term hotter, I'll use the term beautiful, but yes, charming and beautiful in person, correct.
Let's see here. What does this say?
After this interview, Bob and I are not going to be friends anymore. He's not picking up the phone for me
He's
anymore.
Changing his number. He's already mentioned this twice already. He's already changing it twice now. Yeah.
And moving. He's going to move too.
That's right. Plus with many things, but those thumbs. Yeah. Poor Bob. This is a very good question. Is there a full list of the original artists for the sketch card somewhere?
So the short answer is no.
Okay.
Because everything is still in production.
Yeah.
And so no. None of that will truly be ready when this thing is complete and back from the printer. Because we're still commissioning art. There's still artists doing work. So this is an active crime scene right now.
Yeah, because that's interesting too. Because if you sell way more than you've already got from artists, you're gonna have to go get way more to go fill the packs because this is just kind of blowing up all over the place. So that's kind of a cool thing. Yes.
It is cool.
I
That
like
was
it.
my most recent email from Mariano. How many more can you do? I haven't answered him yet.
Yeah, you haven't answered me. That's right. Don't think that's gone over my head. You have not answered me, mister. I know that.
Let's see. This is a good question from Cran because I said were your Autobots or Decepticons. I'm going to tell you, I'm team villain. You want to know why I'm team villain? Because without the villain, there is no hero. The villain makes the hero. So, there you go. That's why I'm team villain. Yes.
And by contrast, Optimus Prime, the Autobot, is my favorite. He's the nobility, the leadership quality. So yeah, we'll fight your villainous ways every step of the way.
Good, because I'm gonna bring it even more for you. Let's go. And Michael was drawing, and he heard Megan. He thought you meant that horror doll chick, not Megan Fox. I would hope that the Megan the horror doll was more beautiful in person than in the movie. Oh, poor Jay. He feels Bob's pain. Oh, sorry.
I'm not in pain.
Not in pain. Yeah, you're used to it by now. All of the yeah. Oh, yeah, that's rough though. But you have some really cool things happening on this campaign that I really like. And I'm actually cool because the people that are going to back and open the cards and they get the sketch cards, they're going to be very excited because they really don't know what the art is on the sketch cards because you don't really have a whole full list as well. And you don't even have a whole list of like what the art looks like either for those, the original art tiers.
That's correct.
Correct. So that's cool. That's very exciting.
But they are guaranteed, at least in the deluxe packs, they are guaranteed an Autobot and a Decepticon in every mini box.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. And you said that they might even be interlocking too. So,
yes, there's a few of those that were done that were connecting cards.
Corinne says he likes the Decepticons because they look cooler. You know, you're not wrong. This right here is such a cool piece of artwork. Come on, the designs for these are fantastic. I love them. Soundwave and Shockwave. Let's go. Let's go. The waves. Team Waves. Let's go. Oh, we got a tip from Jay here. Hold on. And he says, Bob, you got to act like you're suffering, or we'll give you more work to do.
That would just make me look weak in comparison to Mariano. He cannot defeat me. I cannot look weak in his presence.
Nice.
You have to understand. I mean, I've worked as a freelancer and as an editor back in the day. And editors can never give in to freelancers, and freelancers can never give in to editors. Just like the nature of the relationship.
I like it. It's also a good question because you have two different sets of the boxes. You have the super ultra deluxe premium box, and then you have the traditional card set. And then CJ wants to know, what are the odds in getting the original art sketch cards?
In the collector set.
Yes.
Original art sketch cards, like from an artist.
A sketch card, yeah. So
Yes,
there are, I think for that answer, we have to go back to the top of the screen where we're looking at the description of the whole. Okay, so wait, there you go. Two ways. So now let's go slowly.
Okay, I made it big so we can look at it. So left side is traditional collector series,
right?
And then we have the right side, deluxe ultra premium bluebity block box right here.
But we're focusing on the left side, so we have to scroll down a little bit more. Okay, now let's go up a little.
Okay.
All right, so the signed cards, and then we scroll down a little bit more, and the metal cards, and we scroll down a little bit more.
Yes.
And the scroll down a little bit more.
Oh, that's as far as it scrolls.
Oh, then it's being hidden by the. So see if you can raise it up a little so it's above the question. Whoop.
This right here?
No, just keep going up. Nope, the other way.
To the right.
Down. There, a little further down.
Here, let me go this way because it's not.
Okay, so at the bottom there, hundreds of unique sketch cards. So
okay.
The metal cards, the sketch cards, and the signed cards are randomly collated into those collector set boxes. So there's no way for me to predict for you, Comic Journey, whether you're going to crack open a box and one of those 24 packs is going to have a metal card, or it's going to have a signed card, or it's going to have a sketch card, or possibly a metal card and a sketch card, or two sketch cards, or whatever. So the way this will break out is that one of these unique cards will be guaranteed in every box. You may get more, but that's just luck of the draw and the chance of it all.
Nice.
If you're into sketch cards,
another answer. Or Comic Journey, I think that was the person asking the question, right?
Yes.
Comic Journey wants to write a check to me for a certain amount of money. He could be guaranteed. Dynamite hasn't paid me for this yet. He can get 100% probability of getting a sketch card.
You could steal that out of Mariano's hands right now. You can slide into his DMs right now.
I'm holding
the heroic Autobot sandwich between two Decepticons. That's what's happening here. Being teamed up on by two evil Decepticons.
We were robots in disguise. Yes.
That's right.
Let's go back to a better answer. The better answer is that if you're into sketch cards and you want a guaranteed sketch card, there is a unique 5x7 sketch card that you're not going to find anywhere else, right here on the campaign.
Yes.
And then there's also the 9 connecting art sketch card. So there's 2 ways to get sketch cards guaranteed from this crowdfunder.
Okay, so let me go down.
That's a better answer, Katie.
I like your answer. Listen, CJ can't get all of the art himself. It's shared throughout all the boxes. So if you do get a box, do an unboxing video. Show off some of the packs that you're getting, because I want to see what's in there. I want to see the art cards that are in there, signature cards. If you get one from Bob, share it out all over the place so that people can see his hard, dedicated work that's going into each one of these, hand-signed things, okay, that you have been forced to sign by Mariano many times. But yes, if you come down here, Oh, here. Oh, look, there's the the Bumblebee that you showed earlier.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, you get one. Oh, here. The premium ultra premium display boxes guarantees card configurations will score you complete box. So you're going to get one random sketch card from either artist in here automatically in this one tier here. So depending on the tier you get as well.
That's an important nuance. Let's talk about that one, because
Yes.
you keep hitting on little golden nuggets to talk about. So in the deluxe display, display case, we call them, you get 12 mini boxes in a display case, but there's also something called a box topper. And a box topper is a selection of unique cards that you're not going to find in any pack anywhere. It's just going to be the box topper. So if you buy a display case, when you get the display case and you open it up, yes, you're getting the 12 mini boxes, but you're also getting guaranteed those 4 box toppers. And one of them is a guaranteed Bob card, original sketch card, or Ken Hazer original sketch card.
So yeah, here, let me make this bigger so we can blow this up. Then we can actually see some of the images.
That's what that was.
There you go. So here, you can check this out here. So there's some of the metal cards there. One of the vintage cards here, which really looks like the comic-y type art right there, which is actually fascinating.
And will be on clay stock paper, by the way.
Yay. I love that feel. That's such a good texture. And then here are the couple of the randomly inserted sketch from Bob or Ken, which looks really good.
And truth in advertising, there's the piece of art that Bob held up. It's real. It's true. It's there.
Unless CJ pays him a whopping, astounding amount of money in a DM to secure that himself. You don't know what's happening in these DMs. It's amazing. And then here, if you come down to this section here, you get to see what actually completes a set. There's 110 base cards. Then you have 110 Rainbow Holofoil parallel cards. Oh my, that is a mouthful. Then you have 6 creator art cards from Bob and 6 creator art cards from Simon. And it looks like you have 40 one of one unique single print cards randomly inserted in single packs. That's interesting. And then you have signed and sketch cards randomly inserted as well into the packs. So that's pretty cool. And then here's a little bit more of the original. These are the original ones? Yes.
Yeah.
Those are really neat. And then let's see. For the art on the cards, what do you think most people are using for their cards? Is it inks, paints? What do you think they're going with in the original art?
When you're dealing with 350 artists or so around the world, you're going to get a large select. I've seen art with acrylic paints. I've seen art with watercolor. I've seen art with Copic markers.
Okay.
Some folks are using the old-fashioned airbrush paint, where you're painting a card with airbrush color. So there's just a ton of different effects on these cards. Some of them are really, really gorgeous.
Oh, they look fantastic. And you can see here is some of these are super bright and popping. I really adore these. And Hootie Hoot here is so excited. He can't wait to do the pack rips. I will be in every one of your videos when you're doing pack rips. There's something really exciting when you're seeing somebody open a pack of stuff and it's mystery and you're like, oh, this is exciting. This is so cool. I love when people get like the cards and they get the fun stuff in there. Yes. And then I'll get back to a little bit more questions in a minute because I really want to show off more of this campaign here. And here, let's get a super close up on this. This is the binder that we've been talking about. And this is just super neat. This is super 80s. Like you're going to school, you got your Trapper Keeper. This gives me those vibes of that in school. And I love that. It's so cool. You got the front and the back design. So you got Autobots and Decepticons on the back, which is super, super cool. Really good design work. I love the grid layout.
Hasbro gave us the tools, and then we've got some talented folks that put that together. So it's, again, a real team effort to make all this come to life.
Yeah, because you were lucky that Hasbro really gave you, because that was one of the questions too by Grant. Like he wanted to know like how Hasbro got involved and how you got in touch with Hasbro. They were the ones that really wanted to do this, right? Because it was coming out.
Hasbro owns the Transformers.
Yeah.
And in business terms, it's called IP for intellectual property. So the Transformers is Hasbro IP. So therefore, they own and control what is done with it. They license it for a movie. They license it for comic books. They license it for trading cards. So the minute it became a business deal and it became a real thing, then they kind of opened the doors and gave us complete access because they want it to be a success too. They want us to do well. They want Transformers to do well. And most important, they want the fans to be happy. So
Yeah.
it comes from, it's all called source material. So this was from their archives. It's all their source material. And then we just kind of, played around with it, created designs, did what we needed to do with it. But I've been in touch with them practically every week, some weeks practically every day. Everything is reviewed. Everything is commented on. Every single card, Katie.
Oh.
Let me repeat that again.
Every single card?
Single card is reviewed, is commented upon, changes are made.
Wow.
We really have tried to make this as perfect as humanly possible.
It sounds like it's quite lovely, and I'm really enjoying all of this. And we got a question from Bob here. Hey, Bob.
Okay.
Cran wants to know, was there anything that you found surprising or more interesting in this campaign? Maybe something that you've never even seen before? Because you got a ton of stuff from other artists.
Cards that I'm not familiar with some of these card styles because they didn't exist when I was working on Marvel trading cards 30 years ago. So, yeah, I guess I'm a little surprised in that sense. But, frankly, the whole campaign is something that really is Mariano's baby, not mine. He knows all the ins and outs and the details of all the different card sets, all the different styles of cards, and all the different chase cards, et cetera, et cetera. As I said, I keep repeating myself, sorry, but I'm just a parakeet. It's like he calls me up, he says, Bob, do this. I want it tomorrow, 9 a.m. in the morning. And I get to work. That's how it works, Right, Mariano?
And my story
I don't say what morning.
My story is Bob is too humble. I've learned everything I know from Bob. And it's all Bob. It's all Bob.
Well, gee, I'm flattered.
Perfect. I have a question. So of all the stuff that you've seen that's coming in from the artist, was there like an artist or an art piece that you've seen that was like so unique to you that you've never seen like in a style before and you were just kind of like in awe over the style of like an artist that did something?
Katie, let me clue you in on something.
Yes, please. Here, let me make you look. There you go.
When you're dealing with 350 different artists who are around the world speaking different languages, you've met Bob. You've gotten an inkling of Bob. Now multiply Bob and add another 300.
So many hands. That's so many hands. That's so many hands.
It's a lot of hands.
Yeah.
It's a lot of egos. It's a lot of everything. So do I have a favorite artist from the 350? Do I have a favorite piece of art that one favorite artist did? Absolutely not. They're all wonderful. I love them all. Everything is great. Let's move on, Katie. Let's move on.
That was the most industry response you could have ever given. And this is also something too that we not talk about too much. You also are offering uncut sheets as well.
Yes. And that's for the completists out there.
That's right. Yeah.
We're offering an uncut sheet. It's been culled, I believe, from the deluxe set, and it features the 9 top Autobots and the 9 top Decepticons. And by using the word top, that's not even right because everyone's going to have their favorites. But these were the 9 and 9 that were selected for 18 cards. Tiptoeing through the ego minefield is right. You've just had an hour of an ego right here on camera. Where are we talking on now?
Tate says, I honestly didn't think anything could be perfect. Then I witnessed Bob and Mariano together. Perfection achieved.
It's like we've been rehearsing this for years. I don't think we're just taking on the road, Mariano.
I'll take it, Bob. I'll take it. I'll run with it.
Do you know what size these are for the uncut sheets? Oh, never mind. 11 by 17 sheets feature 18 cards.
I was just going to say that. How did you guess? How did you know?
Listen, we're all one big giant circle of creative energy happening here. I already got you. Perfect. Oh, good question though. It says in a frameable format. So is this going to come framed or going to be rolled? Because that'd be hard, kind of probably to roll like one of the.
I believe we're going to shoot. This is one. Now another question is going to get me in trouble, Katie. Another. I believe that these will be shipped flat. However, I am not 100% sure.
Okay. I would say I would guess
if they're
flat.
shipped rolled. If they're rolled, then they will be in a large enough tube so they don't get wrinkled and messed up in the shipping.
Yeah.
But I believe they're going to ship flat.
Okay, perfect. And then here's more of the card art there. That's just beautiful. And I love the fireworks effects that you have on here. That's awesome.
The metal, you know what? And I do apologize because I usually have a metal card sample that I can just hold up. The metal cards, if the audience is not familiar with them, it's a relatively new process. Again, 5-10 years, but it's like a rainbow. It's first of all, they're metal. They're solid metal. It's not like coated anything. It's like actual metal. And you have to look at them with the naked eye in sunlight. They just reflect light. They're just absolutely gorgeous.
Oh,
and
so
even
gorgeous,
a photograph, they don't do photographs and still graphics really do not capture how beautiful these metal cards are.
They're fantastic. I have a couple of metal bookmarks, and I have a couple of metal of the cards myself from other campaigns, and they're just so gorgeous. Like you just put them up to the light and just like go back and forth. And
they're really cool. Yeah. They're really cool.
I love those. And then how many?
Bob developed them. Bob developed them back in the 90s.
Bob.
I don't even remember. I probably agreed to them. Somebody else developed them, but is that a 9 card?
This is the 9 card. Yeah, this is the one.
I didn't even know that. That's an illustration I did.
So it's based on pencils from Bob, and well-known industry veteran Gordon Purcell is stepping in to ink over Bob's layouts. So the original pencils are being used as a template, and then Gordon Purcell is inking them up so that they create a 9-card interlocking piece of art.
Very cool. I like
we're
that.
hoping to be able to post. He's working on them right now, and I'm hoping that in the update section in the coming days, I'll have something to put up so we can show.
Mariano, I have a question since we're bringing this up. We'll scroll back there a moment.
This one?
Purcell original art sketch card connecting set. That's not quite accurate. I drew this thing.
We should change based on Bob Budiansky. Yes, you're right. That description is going to change based on Bob Budiansky pencil.
It's not. I mean, it's literally my drawing that he's inking over. It's not even. It's
right. So how do we describe that, Bob? You tell me, and I'll put it in, man. Whatever you want.
However you describe it, it's not the way I'm reading it on that. I mean, I'll be very frank. That's my drawing.
You gotta write this up.
I'll change the verbiage. We will make it right.
Come up with the coolest wording possible on there so he could put that on there.
Hold on. I may have a show and tell on that.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we got a thing happening.
Let's see. Okay, so here's the original sketch that I did.
That's a card.
With a card, right?
That's a card. That's an official card.
Sketch that I did.
Look at the old layout. That's so
Mr.
cool.
Purcell.
Nice.
Here's a.
Can we rewind back?
Mariano. Yes, a copy of the original pencils.
Those are the pencils. That's correct.
Oh, that's so pretty.
Okay, so I'm just trying to show the legitimacy of my claim here.
Yes, and
clearly somebody needs to come to my defense. It's not going to be Mariano and his company.
Oh, harsh.
So what else do I have here to show?
Hopefully the inked version, and maybe even the color version.
Maybe a color version. Yeah, I have that in here too somewhere. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that I'm not making this up. It's like there's actually.
Everybody thought you were lying, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Deceptive.
I just had to correct the record. Since you were posting that for the public's consumption.
That's right, Tate. Don't let Mariano get one over on you, Bob.
I have to, I just want to be honest with the audience, and don't want to lead them astray into thinking that Mariano's telling the truth.
Wait. A lot of jabs here, Katie. A lot of jabs.
Here's the coup de grace. Okay, so that's the original inks, inked by Kevin Nolan over my pencils. So
in this case, Gordon Purcell will be inking over your original pencils.
I get
we
that.
will end up with a Bob Budiansky Gordon Purcell combination as opposed to Bob Budiansky Kevin Nolan combination.
Yeah.
Does the colorist get any credit in this?
What?
Does the colorist get any credit in this?
Yes.
The person that then came in and colored that ink material.
I don't know. I mean, back in the day,
ignoring them.
Back in the day, colorists
ignored here.
Rightly or wrongly, mostly wrongly, colorists did not get proper credit.
Are you trying to get first billing on this, or does Gordon get first billing? You should get first billing because you were pencils.
Traditionally, so traditionally the pencil artist gets first billing.
Bob will always get first billing because Bob is the creator.
Oh, there you go. Lovely. That's right. That's right.
You can't see it probably on this camera, but in the corner next to the UPC box are the credits of the says Nolan right here.
Yeah, so we're erasing that.
I'm sure you are
erasing that.
You already erased me from it.
That's not necessary in this recreation at all. It's not needed.
Yes, Rip Colorist and Justin Tracer. There you go.
By the way, the irony of all of this is that what he showed you, the Gordon Purcell nine-up cards of that cover, I provided him the art. He didn't have that art. I provided him a copy of the pencil art.
Bob's. I started all this.
It's in your hands right now.
And then he took my name away from it. That's the gratitude I get.
Katie, can we rewind about the 350 egos internationally? Can we? Because I think the audience is getting a perfect example of what I've been talking about. Bob,
I'm understanding more and more. That's fine, but that's so lovely. So lovely.
It's amazing how closely he draws the way I do. Uncanny.
It's looking fantastic. It's looking fantastic.
Talent, but he's.
Oh, Katie, look at the time. It's been such a great night.
Yes, seriously considered selling blood to get all this stuff. You're not. Listen, this is fantastic amount of stuff here. There's a lot of good stuff, and this is how history remember this. That's right. It's forever on the interwebs right now. You can't get rid of it. Yeah, that's right. Incredible. I know. So yeah, if you go in here, like these are all the different stretch goals that you have coming up, and you're gonna have a couple more because by the time it ends, which you still have 9 days left, I believe, you're gonna smash this goal. You're gonna be well over the 250s by then, so that's really cool. Let's see. Also, collector packaging and shipping care. They're gonna make sure everything is shipped. Here. Your projected shipping date supposed to be fall of November of 24, but you're still getting all kinds of things coming in for original art and all that stuff. So, and poor Bob, poor Bob has to sign way more things. So, yeah, I would like to go over here too.
He'll do it. He's a professional. He'll do it.
He is a pro. That's right. He's pro. Yes. Drink some orange juice. You'll be fine after selling all that blood. That's right, Michael. Yeah, you're getting fat. It looks like a couple of people upped their pledge a little bit. That's awesome. So I want to go down here and go over your actual tiers that are over here. So if you just want to pledge without getting a reward, you get $1 and up. Anything goes in there. And then if you want the uncut trading card sheets, the 11 by 17 format, it's $40. That's actually pretty cool. You're getting 18 different designs in there. You got the Decepticons, you got the Autobots. Very cool stuff here. And you're shipping anywhere in the world. So I'm going to click this real quick. So it looks like you have United States shipping. You're shipping pretty much anywhere. I don't know what the shipping costs are because I'm guessing that you'll get all that during backer kit when they actually weigh all the items. So remember that when you go to back, because I'm assuming that's the case because I don't see any shipping prices here. But yeah, you're shipping pretty much everywhere. That's amazing. Wait, hold on. I think I got all screwed up. And if you just want the metal card exclusive set, you get 4 premium metal trading cards. You're going to get 2 Autobots, 2 Decepticons. That's $40. That's awesome. That's really cool. And you got a lot of people just backing for the metal stuff. That's awesome. And here you go. If you just want the binder, You can just get that for $50 because that's a big binder. Like that's it's not a skinny one too. That's like a couple inch size binder. It's fantastic. And then down here we go. If you want to add a 5x7, by the way, this is an oversized sketch card, $75. So you can get that if you want. That's a cool price. That's a cool deal. I like that.
And that is not available anywhere else. The 5x7 format is unique to this Kickstarter, for sure.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes. There is a list of the shipping stuff down below, but keep in mind, I don't know when you when you went to check out, did it charge you the shipping, or is that something that's going to be on backer kit? I'm not sure, but
I think it'll be on backer kit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because they usually weigh stuff more along the times.
I think Tate has a point. I think Tate Prime has a point there.
That's right.
Great,
that's right.
great, Tate Prime. I thought we had moved on from this.
You're giving him
Nice.
all the ideas. I know.
If I don't
yes.
sign it, if it's my work and I don't sign it, I'm sure Mariano can get Gordon Purcell to sign it.
Oh, well, he did trace the rest of your work.
I have nothing against Mr. Purcell. I'm sure he's a fine, great artist.
Yeah, no, we're just joshing around here because Joshy's in chat. What's up, Joshy? If it is badass, you're correct. And I know you're on Twitch right now, so I just dropped the link again. So if you want to click that yourself to go look at the campaign, there you have it, Josh. Yeah, it's super badass. I love the original, I love that you have the 5x7s. I love that you have a lot of cool, interesting, nostalgic things that are happening on this campaign. Like, there's something for everybody that collects cards, even if you like comics or even just like the animated series. Like, there's something for everybody that you can get in here, which is really cool. And that's actually a decent price, 5x7 for $75, which is also interesting too, because
by the way, Katie, they're going to be by request. If someone has a favorite character, they can ask us what they would like on it. And of course, everything has to go through Hasbro for approval. But as long as it's mainstream character that's been in the campaign, we should be able to honor these requests.
Oh, that's awesome. That's even better. That's even amazing, more amazing. So is this also drawn by Bob? who's getting?
No, actually, I'm going to draw those with Joe Del Beato.
Oh, so we got an artist change up here. Nice. Like now you're getting forced to draw something. Uh-oh.
It's very easy to win an argument with myself, Katie.
Nice. No, that's lovely. I love that. And as a 5x7, because it's separate, are they going to have its own individual back on the back of the sketch card?
Right. It'll actually look identical to what Bob showed you, except in a 5-inch by 7-inch format.
Okay. Let's see. Good question. Is the art used on the packets on the cards? You love the old box art they used, or is this all brand new packaging material for the boxes itself?
So I believe that some of the package foils and cardboard are unique, and I believe a 1 or 2 were used in the cards. The reason why I'm flip-floppy on that, Dr. Von Hoot, is because we had to create a series of one-of cards, and it may very well be that one of the one-of cards, one of one cards, had that type of artwork on it. But I don't recall right now, so I don't want to say for certainty that yes, they were all definitely used.
Okay, that's cool. And then, this is okay. So you get the same Transformers cards uncut sheet, just signed this time. So
here we go again.
By Bob.
Here we go again.
Oh, you have a lot of faith. I'm going to sign these.
You have a lot of faith.
See what I mean? See what
according
I mean?
to this, you're already signing 63 of them. So. And that's just this. That's not going to show if people add this on as an add-on. So you might have hundreds of these to sign. We don't know. So I hope you have lots of pens is what I'm
he's actually Dynamite is very good about sending me Sharpies.
Oh, perfect.
Although don't send me the gold Sharpies, they don't work. Okay. You're just wasting your money.
Oh, interesting.
Don't dry it out.
Ooh, that's good advice for art people in the chat. You hear that, art people? No gold Sharpies when you sign.
They're not very good. But the other ones work.
Okay. So for $84.
We'll look into that, Bob.
Yeah.
We will look into that.
We'll look into it, yes. Check with the Gold Sharpie factory. There's some technical problem there. Yeah.
Oh, hear that, gold Sharpie people? Fix your formula. So for $84,
I may have to test this hands-on myself to prove the veracity of these claims.
I'll send you back the Sharpies. You can you can try it from yourself.
Oh my! Cran says he's heard similar. Oh my! So gonna have to figure that out.
Good to know. Good to learning something new today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So for $84, if you really want to make Bob suffer, order one of these. So he's forced to side even more.
Hey, I'm working with that. I don't need more suffering. Yeah.
And here you go. So if you want the deluxe, ultra premium mini box foil pack for $100, this is what's going to come in there. So you're automatically kind of guaranteed this stuff that's in there, just one of those the mini boxes right there. Comes with cool stuff. You get 2 base cards, 2 sketch cards, signed card, 1 line art card, and then 1 connecting art card. So bam, get all that cool stuff in that pack right there. It's pretty cool. For $100, you get a lot of backers on that one. That's pretty amazing. And then if you want the collector's box series, which is the one on the left, it's $144 for that box. And this is what comes in here. You get all this cool, amazing stuff in here. Once again, the more you buy, the more you're going to make Bob suffer. I'm just saying. Or Mariano, depending on which one you're getting. Because if you're getting the 5x7 cards, that's payback time for him. Yeah, I know. So that's that for that. For the collector series box right there. Then right down here, if you just want the connecting sketch card set, it's $180. So the same one that's on there, because you're gonna have to rename that, get that together, and put Bob's name on there as well. But
I'm gonna send me however he wants it written, and I'm gonna make sure it goes in there. That's how we're gonna fix this.
Spell my name correctly. That's all I ask.
Oh, Bob is single-handedly bringing down Big Sharpie. Oh,
hey, I have nothing bad to say about the black, the red, and the blue Sharpies. It's just the Sharpies.
Well, I can say something too about the silver, because I've had a couple people sign in a silver or another one, and they tend to smear more than the solid colors.
Silver has its own problems.
Yeah,
like, gold just didn't work.
The chips on the silvers wear out really quickly. Yeah, be very careful too. Make sure they are dry, because the moment you close, because they're metallic, because I had James O'Barr sign the inside of my sketchbook before, and then when it closes, it kind of rubs the metallic off between pages. So be careful when you're signing stuff to people. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have them right.
What else can you pay for cruel and unusual punishment legally? This is correct. Yeah. So if you come down here, that's for $180. So if you want the connecting trading card set for $180, you can get that right there. Then if you want this giant collector series box plus binder for $184, you have that right there. The packaging just looks cool. It looks just really dope. I like that you guys went out of their way to make that. That's awesome. So that's cool.
All by design, Katie.
And this is what's neat here. Deluxe Ultra Premium Series box. If you want this giant box here, it's $1,200, and you get all kinds of cool, fun stuff that you spend hours upon hours unboxing. So you get some cool stuff happening right there.
You're guaranteed the complete set in one of those display cases.
Ooh, okay. So that's even better news to know, because the whole complete set, you get
with the box toppers that we talked about earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yes, which come with the extra material as well in there, which is fantastic. And then down here, you want Deluxe Ultra Premium Series box plus the binder, $1,240. Boom. And that box looks cool too. I like the different storagey boxes that you have in there. What do you call those? The card boxes? Display. That's right. That just
the other ones are called display.
Looted my brain for a few seconds, but yes, that thing. Yes. That's right. Getting them back if you just liked when they're carried. That's also true. For somebody to go full on Decepticons if they don't like Decepticons. And these are also gone too. You had Transformers, the unique trading card, the 1 of 1 is already gone. That's picked up. You had 40 of those, they're all gone. And then you had the box and binder. Wow, that's already gone too. So wow, you're getting a couple of things that are already sold out, which is actually pretty neat. And then I'm going to click on rewards just for a second, because I want to see if there's anything else that's in a add-on. Let's see. Yeah, you could add on extra one of these. They're different pricing depending on which one you're adding on here. So just double check that when you go to checkout. But yeah, this has been a very cool campaign. I like seeing everything that's happening on here. I'm going to refresh this once again, just get up to the top. But yeah, go check it out. Go follow these guys. everywhere. I actually did find some of your links below, and I put them down below, so people can go find you. They can hit you up, and then they can also, when they unbox stuff, tag you in videos. So you can see all your hard work that has happened inside of one of these boxes. So,
that would be great. That would be great.
Let me get back to our faces. There we go. I did not mean to hold you up here for almost 2 hours, but we were having such a good time. I'm sorry, Bob.
It was a good time.
So glad that you got your audio and your video to work.
I just had just like what's her name? Goldilocks and the Three Bears. I had to find the one that was just right.
And you did. Fantastic. I love that you guys are running. Before we get out of here, your campaign is still running to the 9th. Do you have any other appearances or things that you'd like to promote? Because you may or may not be wandering around New York yourself for Comic-Con.
I'll be at TFCon in Baltimore,
cool.
November 2nd and 3rd.
Nice. I like Baltimore. Baltimore is good stuff.
So people can find me there.
Perfect.
If Bob is in Baltimore, I'm in Baltimore. I'll be at TFCon too.
I'll probably owe him work. That's probably why he'll be there. He'll try to sign all those autographed cards or something.
He's going to come up with way more stuff for you to find in there. But that's okay, because then you can bug him about the re-edits that he has to put on credit-wise. Perfect. Thank you very much for both coming out here. You are absolutely adorable. I adore you both. Thank you. You are welcome back anytime. And also, we can come back to talk about Megan Fox and some other stuff as well. But thank you so much for coming on here. And I wish you much luck, success in all the stuff that you're doing, because we can come back and talk about the other project that you guys have been involved in over the years as well, too. Not just the Transformer stuff, which has been fantastic. So, yeah. Come back here.
Thank you, fans. Thank you, fans, and your audience. They were wonderful.
Yeah, good questions.
Yeah, very good questions. Yeah.
We have, there's actually a couple questions still saved in here. Let's see. That one we already asked one. Let's see. That one we asked. Hang on. We have one question at the bottom that's very, very, very good to know that we kind of need to know. Once this is ended, are you still offering late pledges on the campaign, and will it be available on Backer Kit as well?
Another good question. So yes, this will be available on Backer Kit for additional orders. However, I don't know what will be available. What we may have to close or what will remain open. But the short answer is yes. We're going to have the people will have the ability to come back and order more, for sure.
Perfect. I like that. Now, I do know that some people they have they didn't back it on Backer Kit. You could back like $1, and then when you get to the Backer Kit page, I think it'll let you select something else when you get to the end pages. That's just on Backer Kit though, not any other things. But this is a good question. That's a good question, because we talked about GoBots for like 2 seconds at the beginning of the stream. What are your thoughts on GoBots and all the hate they get? He personally loved both Transformers and GoBots. Ooh, this is a hot take.
Well, to show my ignorance or my love for Transformers, one or the other, I'm not familiar with GoBots. I don't know GoBots, so now I'm going to have to do a little Google searching and learn some more.
Right. I was aware of GoBots at the time I was working on Transformers, but I never really looked at them in very kind of detail, so I have really no opinion. All I know is GoBots had some success. Transformers had enormous success. So, and I don't know how to distinguish why one worked and the other one didn't. So, not my area of expertise.
But you know what? The fun thing about that is people call them the Autobots, and they also call them the GoBots. So they're both butt related. So there you go. They're somehow connected by the butt. Is what's happening. Yeah,
from the word robot, right?
And robots. There you go. Bam. Connection complete. There you go. But thank you to Bob and to Mariano for coming on here. It was such a lovely time chatting with you. Thanks to the chat for rocking with us. We had like 60 to 70 people all over the places that we were streaming with, hanging out here. So hopefully you guys backed. Be like Hootie Hoot. Be awesome. And back. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Interesting. Hasbro now owns GoBots. Interesting. Interesting. Whack them in a stretch goal. Yeah.
That'll be the
Check 'em
next set of cards, Mariano and Dynamite.
Series 2. Autobots versus GoBots. Got it.
There you go. You know, I think we waited 40 years to see that happen. I think that might have been the one thing that people wanted over the years. Now it can happen. Dan can be super happy because I think GoBots are his favorite things of all time, being in the Canadians over there. But we're going to get out of here. I don't have an outro, so we're going to dance out of here. That's what we do in here. So see you guys later.
Pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.